These your unusual weeds to each part of you do give a life. No shepherdess, but Flora peering in April's front. This, your sheep shearing, is as a meeting of the petty gods, and you, the queen on.
Sir, my gracious lord, to chide at your extremes it not becomes me. Oh, pardon that I name them. Your high self, the gracious mark of the land, you have obscured with a swain's wearing. And me, poor lonely maid, most cottage-like pranked up, but that our feast and every mess have folly, and the fetus digested with a custom. I should blush to see you so attired. Sworn, I think, to show myself a glass.
I bless the time when my good falcon made her flight across thy father's ground.
Now Jove afford you cause. To me the difference forges dread. Your greatness have not been used to fear. Even now I tremble to think your father by some accident should pass this way as you did. Oh, the fates! How would he look to see his work so noble vilely bound up? What would he say? Or how should I, in these my borrowed flaunts, behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. Well, the gods themselves, humbling their deities to love, have taken the shapes of beasts upon them. Jupiter became a bull and bellowed. The green Neptune a ram and bleated. And the fire-robed god, golden Apollo, a poor, humble swain, as I seem now. Their transformations were never for a piece of beauty rarer, nor in a way so chaste, since my desires run not before mine honor, for my lusts burn hotter than my faith.
Oh, but sir, your resolution cannot hold when 'tis opposed, as it must be by the power of the king. One of these two must be necessities, which then will speak, that you must change this purpose, or I my life. Thou dearest Perdita, with these forced thoughts I prithee darken not the mirth of the feast, or I'll be thine, my fair, or not my father's. For I cannot be mine own, nor anything to any, if I be not thine. To this I am most constant, though destiny say no. Be merry, gentle, strangle such thoughts as these with anything that you behold the while. Your guests are coming. Lift up your countenance, as it were that day of celebration of that nuptial which we two have sworn shall come. Oh, Lady Fortune, stand you auspicious.
See, your guests approach. Address yourself to entertain them sprightly, and let's be red with mirth. Fie, daughter. When my old wife lived, upon this day she was both pantler, butler, cook, both dame and servant, welcomed all, served all, would sing her song and dance her turn, now here at the upper end of the table, now in the middle, on his shoulder and his, her face afire with labor. And the things she took to quench it, she would to each one sip. You are retired, as if you were a feasted one, not the hostess of the meeting. Pray you, bid these unknown friends 'tis welcome, for it is a way to make us better friends, more known. Come, quench your blushes, and present yourself as that which you are, mistress of the feast. Come on, and bid us welcome to your sheep shearing, as your good flock shall prosper.
Sir, welcome. It is my father's will that I should take on me the hostesship of the day. You are welcome, sir. Give me those flowers there, Dorcas. Reverend sirs, for you there's rosemary and rue. These keep seeming in savor all winter long. Grace and remembrance be to you both, and welcome to our shearing.
Shepherdess, a fair one are you. Well, you fit our ages with flowers of winter.
Sir, the year growing ancient, not yet on summer's death, nor on the birth of trembling winter, the fairest flowers of the season are our carnations and streaked gillivores, which some call nature's bastards. Of that kind, our rustic garden's barren, and I care not to get slips of them.
Wherefore, gentle maiden, do you neglect them? For I have heard it said there is an art which in their piedness shares with great creating nature. Say there be, yet nature is made better by no mean, but nature makes that mean. So, over that art which you say adds to nature, is an art that nature makes. You see, sweet maid, we marry a gentle scion to the wildest stock, and make conceive a bark of baser kind by bud of nobler race. This is an art which does mend nature, change it rather, but the art itself is nature. So it is. Then make your garden rich in gillivores, and do not call them bastards.
I'll not put the dibble in earth to set one slip of them, no more than were I painted. I would wish this youth should say 'twere well, and only therefore desire to breed by me. Here's flowers for you, hot lavender, mints, savory marjoram, the marigold that goes to bed with the sun and with him rises weeping. These are flowers of middle summer, and I think they are given to men of middle age. You're very welcome. I should leave grazing were I of your flock, and only live by gazing. Oh, alas, you'd be so lean, the blasts of January would blow you through and through. Now, my fairest friend, I would I had some flowers of the spring that might become your time of day, and yours, that wear upon your virgin branches, yet your maiden head's growing.
Ugh, Prosperina! For the flowers now that frighted thou let'st fall from this wagon, daffodils that come before the swallow dares and take the winds of March with beauty, violets dim but sweeter than the lids of Juno's eyes or Cytherea's breath, pale primroses that die unmarried ere they can behold bright Phoebus in his strength, a malady most incident to maids, bold oxlips, and the crown imperial, lilies of all kinds, the flower de luce being one. These I lack to make you garlands of, and my sweet friend to strew him o'er and o'er.
What, like a course?
No, like a bank, for love to lie and play on, not like a course, or if, not to be buried, but quick and in mine arms.
Come, take your flowers. Methinks that players I have seen them doing Winston pastorals. Sure, this world of mine does change my disposition. What you do still better is what is done. When you speak, sweet, I'd have you do it ever. When you sing, I'll have you buy and sell so. So give alms and pray so, and for the ordering of your affairs, sing them too. When you do dance, I wish you a wave of the sea, that you might ever do nothing but that. Move still so. Each your doing so singular in each particular. Crown what you are doing in the present deed, and all your acts are clean. Oh, Dorothy, your praises are too large.
But that your youth and the true blood which peepeth fairly thought, do plainly give you out an unstained shepherd. With wisdom I fear, my Doricles, you wooed me the false way.
I think you have as little skill to fear as I have purpose to put you to it. But come, our dance, I pray, your hand, my Perida, so turtles pair that never means apart.
I'll swear for him.
This is the prettiest low-born lass that ever ran on the green sward. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself. Too noble for this place.
He tells her something that makes her blood look out. Good sooth, she is the queen of curds and cream.
Come on! Strike up!
Mopsa must be your mistress. Marry garlic to mend her kissing with.
Now in good time.
Not a word, not a word! We stand upon our manners! Come! Strike up!
Pray, good shepherd, what fair swain is this which dances with your daughter?
They call him Doricles, and boasts himself to have a worthy feeding. But I have it upon his own report, and I believe it. He looks like sooth. He says he loves my daughter. I think so too, for never gaze the moon upon the water as he'll stand and read as 'twere my daughter's eyes. And to be plain, I think there is not half a kiss to choose who loves another best.
She dances featly.
So she does anything. Though I report it that should be silent, if young Doricles do light upon her, she shall bring him that which he not dreams of.
Oh, master, if you did but hear the peddler at the door, you would never dance after a tabor and pipe. No, the bagpipe could not move you. He sings several tunes faster than you'll tell money. He utters them as if he'd eaten ballads, and all men's ears grew to his tunes.
He could never come better. He shall come in. I love a ballad, but even too well, if it be doleful matter merrily set down, or a very pleasant thing indeed, and sung lamentably.
He hath songs for man or woman of all sizes. No milliner can so easily fit his customers with gloves.
He has the prettiest love songs for maids, so without bawdry, which is strange, with such delicate burthens as dildos and fadings. Jump her and thump her, and where some stretch-mouthed rascal would, as it were, mean mischief, and break a foul gap into the matter, he makes the maid to answer, "Whoop, do me no harm, good man," puts him off, slights him with, "Whoop, do me no harm, good man." This is a brave fellow. Believe me, thou talkest of an admirable, conceited fellow. Has he any unbraided wares? He hath ribbons of in the colors of the rainbow. Points more than all the lawyers of the Bohemia could learnedly handle, though they come to him by the gross. Inkles, caddises, cambrics, lawns, why, he sings them over as they were gods or goddesses. You would think a smock were a she-angel. He so chanced to the slave hand in the work of the square. Well, prithee bring him in, and let him approach singing. Forewarn him that he is to use no scurrilous words in his tunes.
You have of these peddlers that have more in them than you'd think, sister.
Ay, good brother, or go about to think.
Lawn as white as driven snow, cypress black as e'er was crow, gloves as sweet as damask roses, masks for faces and for noses. Bugle, bracelet, necklace, amber, perfume for my lady's chamber. Come buy of me, come buy, come buy, come buy of me, your lasses cry. Come buy of me, come buy, come buy, come buy of me, come buy.
If I were not in love with Mopsa, thou shouldst take no money of me. But, being enthralled as I am, it will also be the bondage of certain ribbons and gloves.
I was promised them against the feast, but they come not too late now. He hath promised you more than that, or there be liars. He hath paid you all he promised you. Maybe he has paid you more, which will shame you to give him again.
Is there no manners left among maids? Will they wear their plackets where they should bear their faces? Is there not milking time when you're going to bed, or kiln hall to whistle off these secrets? For you must be tittle-tattling before all our guests. 'Tis well they are whispering. Clam your tongues, and not a word more.
I have done. Come, you promised me a tawdry lace and a sweet pair of gloves.
Have I not told thee how I was cozened by the way, and lost all my money?
Indeed, sir, there be cozeners abroad, and therefore it behooves men to be wary.
Fear not thou, man, thou shalt lose nothing here.
I hope so, sir, for I have about me many parcels of charge.
What hath here ballads?
Pray now, buy some. I love a ballad in print life, for then we are sure they are true.
Here's one from a very doleful tune. How a usurer's wife was brought a bed of 20 money bags at a burthen, and how she longed to eat adders' heads and toads carbonadoed.
Is it true, think you?
Very true, and but a month old.
Blessing for marrying a usurer.
Here's the midwife's name to it, one Mistress Tailporter, and 5 or 6 honest wives that were present. Why should I carry lies abroad?
Pray you now, buy it.
Come on, lay it by, and let's just small ballads. We'll buy the other things anon.
That was perfect!
Ah, here's another ballad of a fish that appeared upon the coast on Wednesday, the fourscore of April, 40,000 fathom above water, and sung this ballad against the hard hearts of maids. It was thought she was a woman, and was turned into a cold fish, for she would not exchange flesh with one that loved her. The ballad is very pitiful, and as true. Is true too, think you? Yes, 5 justices' hands at it, and witnesses more than my pack will hold. Lay it by to another. This is a merry ballad, but a very pretty one. Let's have some merry ones. Why, this is a passing merry one, and goes to the tune of 2 maids wooing a man. There's scarce a maid westward, but she sings it. 'Tis in request, I can tell you.
We can both sing it if that will bear a part. Thou shalt hear. 'Tis in 3 parts. We had the tune on it a month ago. I can bear my part, you must know 'tis my occupation. Have at it with you.
Get you hence, for I must go where it fits not you to know.
Whither? Oh, whither? Whither? It becomes thy oath full well, thou to me thy secrets tell. Me too, let me go thither. Or thou goest to the orange or mill, if to either thou dost dill. Neither. Thou hast sworn my love to be, thou hast sworn in more to me than whither goest. Say whither.
We'll have this song out anon by ourselves. My father and the gentlemen are in sad talk, and we'll not trouble them. Come, bring them back after me. Winches, I bought for you both. Peddler, let's have the first choice. Follow me, girls.
And you shall pay well for 'em.
Will you buy any tape or lace for your cape, my dainty dove, my dearest all? lace for your head of the newest and finest wearer. Come to the peddler, money's a meddler that doth utter all men's wearer.
Master, there is 3 carters, 3 shepherds, 3 neatherds, 3 swineherds that have made themselves all men of hair. They call themselves saltiers, and they have a dance which the wenches say is a gallimaufry of gambols because they are not in't, but they themselves are of the mind, if it be not too rough for some that know little but bowling, it will please plentifully.
Away, will none on't. Here has been too much homely foolery already. I know, sir, we weary you.
You weary those that refresh us. Pray, let's see these 4 threes of herdsmen. 1 3 of them, by their own report, sir, hath danced before the king, and not the worst of the 3, but jumps 12 foot and a half by the squire.
Leave your prating. Since these good men are pleased, let them come in, but quickly now.
Why, they stay at the door, sir.
Oh, Father, you'll know more of that hereafter.
Is it not too far gone? It's time to part them. He's simple and knows much.
How now, fair shepherd? Your heart is full of something that does take your mind from feasting. Sooth, when I was young and had wanted love as you do, I was wont to load my she with knacks. I would have ransacked the peddler's silken treasury and have poured it to her acceptance. You have let him go, and nothing more to do with him. If your last interpretation should abuse and call this your lack of love or bounty, you were straighted for a reply, at least if you make a care of happy holding her.
Old sir, I know, she prizes not such trifles as these are.
The gifts she looks from me are packed and locked up in my heart, which I have given already, but not delivered. Oh, hear me breathe my life before this ancient sir, who, it should seem, hath sometime loved. I take thy hand, this hand, as soft as dove's down and as white as it, or Ethiopian's tooth, or the fan snow that's bolted by the northern blast twice over.
What follows this? How prettily the young swain seems to wash. The hand was fair before. I have put you out, but to your protestation let me hear what you profess.
Do, and be witness to it.
And this my neighbour too?
And he, and more than he, and men, the earth, the heavens, and all.
That were I crowned the most imperial monarch, thereof most worthy, were I the fairest youth that ever made eye swerve, had force and knowledge more than was ever man's, I would not prize them without her love. For her employ them all, commend them, and condemn them to her service, or to their own perdition. Fairly offered. This shows a sound affection. But, my daughter, say you the like to him? I cannot speak so well, nothing so well, no, nor mean better. By the pattern of mine own thoughts I cut out the purity of his. Take hands a bargain, and friends unknown, you shall bear witness to it. I give my daughter to him, and will make her portion equal his.
Oh, that must be in the virtue of your daughter. One being dead, I shall have more than you can dream of yet, but enough then for your wonder. But come on, contract us for your witnesses.
Come your hand, and daughter yours.
Soft, swain, a while beseech you. Have you a father?
I have. But what of him?
Knows he of this?
He neither does, nor shall. Methinks a father is at the nuptial of his son a guest that best becomes the table. Pray you once more. Is not your father grown incapable of reasonable affairs? Seem not stupid with age and altering rules. hear me speak. Here, no man from man dispute his own mistake. Lies he not bedridden? Again, there's nothing but what he did in be childish.
No, good sir. He has his health and ampler strength indeed than most have of his age. By my white beard, you offer him, if this be so, a wrong something unfilial. Reason my son should choose himself a wife, but as good reason the father, all whose joy is nothing else but fair posterity, should hold some counsel in such a business. I yield all this, but for some other reasons, my grave sir, which 'tis not fit you know, I not acquaint my father of this business. Let him know it. He shall not. Prithee, let him. No, he must not. Oh, let him, my son. He shall not need to grieve at knowing of thy choice. Come, come. He must not. Mark our contract.
Mark your divorce, young sir. Whom son I dare not call. Thou art too base to be acknowledged. Thou a scepter's heir, that thus affects a sheep-hook. Thou, old traitor, I am sorry that by hanging thee I can but shorten thy life 1 week. And thou, fresh piece of excellent witchcraft, who of force must know the royal fool thou copest with,
Oh, my heart!
I'll have thy beauty scratched with briars, and made more homely than thy state. For thee, fond boy, if I may ever know thou dost but sigh that thou no more shall see this knack, as never I mean thou shalt, will bar thee from succession, not hold thee of our blood, no, not our kin, far than Deucalion off. Mark thou my words, follow us to court. Thou churl, for this time, though full of our displeasure, yet we free thee from the blow of it.
And you, enchantment, worthy enough a herdsman, yea, him too that makes himself, but for thou honour therein unworthy thee. If ever henceforth thou these rural latches to his entrance open, or hoop his body with thy embraces, I will devise a death as cruel for thee as thou art tender to it. Even here undone, I was not much afeard, for once or twice I was about to speak and tell him plainly, the selfsame sun that shines upon his court hides not his visage from our cottage, but looks on alike. Will it please you, sir, be gone? I told you what would come of this. Beseech you, of your own state take care. This dream of mine, being now awake, I'll queen it no farther, but milk my ewes and weep.
Why, how now, father? Speak ere thou diest. I cannot speak, nor think, nor dare to know that which I know. Oh, sir, you have undone a man of 83 that thought to fill his grave in quiet, yea, to die upon the bed my father died, to lie close by his honest bones. But now some hangman must put on my shroud and lay me where no priest shovels in dust. O cursed wretch, thou knewest this was the prince, and wouldst not venture to mingle faith with him. Undone! Undone! If I might die within the hour, I have lived to die when I desire.
Why look you so upon me? I am but sorry, not afeard, delayed, but nothing altered. What I was, I am, more straining on for plucking back, not following my leash willingly. Gracious my lord, you know your father's temper. At this time he will allow no speech, which I do guess you do not purpose to him, and as hardly will he endure your sight as yet, I fear. Then, till the fury of his highness settle, come not before him. I not purpose it. I think, Camillo? Even he, my lord. How often have I told you 'twould be thus? How often said my dignity would last but till 'twere known?
It cannot fail but by the violation of my faith. And then let nature crush the sides of the earth together and mar the seeds within. Lift up thy looks. From my succession wipe me, father. I am heir to my affection.
Be advised.
I am. And by my fancy, if my reason will thereto be obedient, I have reason. If not, my senses, better pleased with madness, do bid it welcome.
This is desperate, sir.
So call it. But it does fulfill my vow. I needs must think it honesty. Camillo, not for Bohemia, nor the pomp that may be thereat gleaned for all the sun sees, or the close earth wombs, or the profound sea hides in unknown fathoms, will I break my oath. To this, my fair beloved.
As you have ever been my father's honored friend, when he shall miss me, as in faith I mean not to see him any more, cast your good counsels upon his passion. Let myself and fortune tug for the time to come. This you may know, and so deliver. I am put to sea with her whom here I cannot hold on shore, and most opportune to our need, I have a vessel rides fast by, but not prepared for this design. What course I mean to hold shall nothing benefit your knowledge, nor concern me, the reporting.
Oh, my lord, I would your spirit were easier for advice, or stronger for your need.
Hark, Perdita. I'll hear you by and by.
He's irremovable, resolved for flight. Now were I happy, if his going I could frame to serve my turn, save him from danger, do him love and honor, purchase the sight again of dear Sicilia, and that unhappy king, my master, whom I so much thirst to see. Now, good Camillo, I am so fraught with curious business that I leave out ceremony. Sir, I think you have heard of my poor services in the love that I have borne your father. Very nobly have you deserved. It is my father's music to speak your deeds, not little of his care to have them recompensed as thought on. Well, my lord, if you may please to think I love the king and through him what is nearest to him, which is your gracious self, embrace but my direction.
If your more ponderous and settled project may suffer alteration, on mine honour I'll point you where you shall have such receiving as shall become your highness, where you may enjoy your mistress, from whom I see there's no disjunction to be made, but by, as heavens forfend, your ruin, marry her, and with my best endeavours in your absence, your discontenting father strive to qualify, and bring him up to liking.
How, Camillo, may this almost a miracle be done, that I may call thee something more than man, and after that trust to thee?
Have you thought on a place whereto you'll go?
Not any yet, But as the unthought-on accident is guilty to what we wildly do, so we profess ourselves to be the slaves of chance and flies of every wind that blows.
Then list to me. This follows. If you will not change your purpose but undergo this flight, make for Sicilia, and there present yourself and your fair princess, for so I see she must be for Leontes. She shall be habited as it becomes the partner of your bed. Methinks I seen Leontes opening his free arms and weeping his welcomes forth, ask thee the son forgiveness as 'twere the father's person, kisses the hands of your fresh princess, or divides him twixt his unkindness and his kindness. The one he chides to hell, and bids the other grow faster than thought or time.
Worthy Camillo, what colour for my visitation shall I hold up before him?
Sent by the king your father to greet him, and to give him comfort, sir, the manner of your bearing towards him, with what you, as from your father, shall deliver things known betwixt us three, I'll write you down. The which shall point you forth at every sitting what you must say, that he shall not perceive, but that you have your father's bosom there, and speak his very heart. I'm bound to you. There is some sap in this. A cause more promising than the wild dedication of yourselves to unpathed waters and dreamed shores, most certain to miseries enough, no hope to help you, but as you shake off one, to take another.
Nothing so certain as your anchors, who do their best office if they can but stay you where you'll be loath to be. Besides, you know, prosperity's the very bond of love, whose fresh complexion and whose heart together affliction alters. One of these is true. I think affliction may subdue the cheek, but not take in the mind. Yea, say you so? There shall not at your father's house these 7 years be born another such. My good Camillo, she is as forward of her breeding as she is i' the rear our birth. I cannot say 'tis pity she lacks instructions, for she seems a mistress to most that teach.
Your pardon, sir, for this I'll blush my thanks. My prettiest Perdita. But all the thorns we stand upon! Camillo, preserver of my father, now of me, medicine of our house, how shall we do? We are not furnished like Bohemia's son, nor shall appear in Sicilia. My lord, fear none of this. I think you know my fortunes do all lie there. It shall be so my care to have you royally appointed, as if the scene you play were mine. For instance, that you may know you shall not want. One word? Ha ha! What a fool honesty is! And trust his sworn brother, a very simple gentleman. I have sold all my trumpery. Not a counterfeit stone, not a ribbon, glass, pomander, brooch, table book, ballad, knife, tape, glove, shoe tie, bracelet, horn ring, to keep my pack from fasting.
They throng who should buy first, as if my trinkets had been hallowed and brought a benediction to the buyer. By which means, I saw whose purse was best in picture. And what I saw, to my good use, I remembered. My clown, who wants but something to be a reasonable man, grew so in love with the wench's song that he would not stir his petticoats till he had both tune and words, which so drew the rest of the herd to me that all their other senses stuck in ears. You might have pinched a placket, it was senseless. 'Twas nothing to geld a codpiece of a purse. I could have filed keys off that hung in chains. No hearing, no feeling but my sir's song, and admiring the nothing of it. So that, in this time of lethargy, I picked and cut most of their festival purses.
And had not the old man come in, with a hubbub against his daughter and the king's son, and scared my chops from the chaff, I had not left a purse alive in the whole army. Nay, but my letters, by this means being there so soon as you arrive, shall clear that doubt. And those that you procure from King Leontes shall satisfy your father. Happy be you! All that you speak shows fair. Who have we here? We'll make an instrument of this. Omit no thing may give us aid. If they have overheard me now, why, hanging. How now, good fellow? Why shakest thou so? Fear not, man. Here's no harm intended to thee. I am a poor fellow, sir.
Why be so still? Here's nobody will steal that from thee. Yet for the outside of thy poverty we must make an exchange. Therefore discase thee instantly. Thou must think there is necessity in it, and change garments with this gentleman. Though the pennyworth on his side be the worst, yet hold thee there's some boot.
I am a poor fellow, sir.
I know ye well enough. Nay, prithee, dispatch. The gentleman is half flayed already.
Are you in earnest, sir?
I smell the trick on it.
Indeed, I have had earnest with it, but I cannot in conscience take it. Unbuckle! Unbuckle!
Fortunate mistress, let my prophecy come home to ye. You must retire yourself into some covert. Take your sweetheart's hat, and pluck it o'er your brows. Muffle your face, dismantle you, and as you can, dislike in the truth of your own seeming, that you may, for I do fear eyes over, to shipboard, get undescried. I see the place so lies that I must bear a part. No remedy. Have you done there? Should I now meet my father, he would not call me son. Nay, you shall have no hat. Come, lady, come. Farewell, my friend. Adieu, sir. Oh, Perdita, what have we twain forgot? Pray you, a word.
What I do next shall be to tell the king of this escape, and whither they are bound, wherein is my hope I shall prevail to force him after, in whose company I shall review Sicilia, for whose sight I have a woman's longing.
Fortune speeds us. Thus we set on, Camillo, to the seaside.
Oh, the swifter the better! I understand the business. I hear it. To have an open ear, a quick eye, and a nimble hand is necessary. For a cut purse, a good nose is requisite also to smell out work for the other senses. I sense this time that the unjust man doth thrive. What an exchange this has been without boot! What a boot is here with this exchange?
Sure the gods do this year connive at us, and we may do anything extempore. The prince himself is about a piece of iniquity, stealing away from his fathers with his clog at his heels. If I thought it were a piece of honesty to acquaint the king withal, I would not do it. I hold it the more knavery to conceal it, and therein am I constant to my profession. Aside, here is more matter for a hot brain. Every lane's end, every shop, church, session, hanging, yields a careful man work.
See, what a man you are now. There is no other way but to tell the king she's a changeling and none of your flesh and blood. Nay, but hear me. Go to then.
Show those things you found about her, those secret things, all but what she has with her. This being done, let the law go with her, I warrant you. I will tell the king all, every word, yea, and his son's pranks too, who I may say is no honest man. Neither to his father nor to me, to go about to make me the king's brother-in-law. Indeed, brother-in-law was the farthest off you could have been to him, and then your blood had been the dearer, by which I know how much an ounce. Very wisely, puppies. Well, let us to the king. There is in that this fardel will make him scratch his beard. I know not what impediment this complaint may be to the flight of my master. Pray heartily he be at the palace. Though I am not naturally honest, I am so sometimes by chance. Let me pocket up my peddler's excrement.
How now, rustics? Whither are you bound? To the palace, and it like your worship. Your affairs there, what? With whom? The condition of that fardel, the place of your dwelling, your names, your ages. Of what having, breeding, and anything that is fitting to be known, discover. We are but plain fellows, sir. A lie. You are rough and hairy. Let me have no lying. It becomes none but tradesmen, and they often give us soldiers the lie. But we pay them for it with stamped coin, not stabbing steel. Therefore do not give us the lie. Your worship had like to have given us none, if you had not taken yourself to the manor. Are you a courtier, and like you, sir? Whether it like me or no, I am a courtier.
Seest thou not the air of the court in these unfoldings? Hath not my gait in it the measure of the court? Receives not thy nose court odor from me? Reflect I not on thy baseness court contempt? Thinkest thou, for that I insinuate, or toes from thee thy business, I am therefore no courtier? I am courtier, cap a pay, and one that will either push on or pluck back thy business there, whereupon I command thee to open thy affair.
My business, sir, is to the king.
What advocate hast thou to him?
I know not, ain't like you. Advocate's the court word for pheasant. Say you have none. None, sir, I have no pheasant, cock nor hen.
How blessed are we that are not simple men. Yet nature might have made me as these are, therefore I will not disdain.
This cannot be but a great courtier. His garments are rich, but he wears them not handsomely.
He seems to be the more noble in being fantastical. A great man, I'll warrant. I know by the picking on his teeth. That fardel there. What's in the fardel? Wherefore that box? Sir, there lies such secrets in this fardel box, which none must know but the king, and which he shall know within this hour, if I might come to the speech of him. Age, thou hast lost thy labour. Why, sir? The king is not at the palace. He is gone aboard a new ship to purge melancholy and air himself. For, if thou beest capable of things serious, thou must know the king is full of grief. So 'tis said, sir, about his son, that should have married a shepherd's daughter. If that shepherd be not in hand fast, let him fly. The curses he shall have, the tortures he shall feel, will break the back of man, the heart of monster.
Think you so, sir? Not he alone shall suffer what wit can make heavy and vengeance bitter, but those that are germane to him, though removed 50 times, shall all come under the hangman, which, though it be great pity, yet it is necessary. An old sheep-whistling rogue, a ram-tender, to offer to have his daughter come into grace. Some say he shall be stoned, but that death is too soft for him, say I. Draw our throne into a sheepcote, all deaths are too few, the sharpest too easy. Has the old man e'er a son, sir, do you hear, like you, sir? He has a son, who shall be flayed alive, then anointed over with honey, set on the head of a wasp's nest, then stand till he be 3/4 in a dram dead, then recovered again with aquavitae, or some other hot infusion. Then,
raw as he is, and in the hottest day prognostication proclaims, shall he be set against a brick wall, the sun looking with a southern eye upon him, where he is to behold him with flies blown to death. But what talk we of these traitorly rascals, whose miseries are to be smiled at their offences being so capital? Tell me, for you seem to be honest plain men, what you have to the king? Being something gently considered, I'll bring you where he is aboard, tender your persons to his presence, whisper him in your behalfs, and, if it be in man, besides the king to effect your suits. Here is man shall do it. He seems to be of great authority. Close with him, give him gold, and though authority be a stubborn bear, yet he is oft led by the nose with gold. Show the inside of your purse to the outside of his hand, and no more ado. Remember, stoned and flayed alive.
And please you, sir, to undertake the business for us. Here is that gold I have. I'll make it as much more, and leave this young man in pawn till I bring it you. After I have done what I promised. Aye, sir. Well, give me the moiety. Are you a party in this business? In some sort, sir. But though my case be a pitiful one, I hope I shall not be flayed out of it. Oh, that's the case of the shepherd's son. Hang him, he'll be made an example. Comfort! Good comfort! We must to the king and show our strange sights. He must know 'tis none of your daughter, nor my sister. We are gone else. Sir, I will give you as much as this old man does when the business is performed, and remain, as he says, your pawn till it be brought.
I will trust you. Walk before toward the seaside. Go on the right hand. I will but look upon the hedge and follow you.
We are blessed in this man, as I may say, even blessed. Let's before as he bids us. He was provided to do us good.
If I had a mind to be honest, I see fortune would not suffer me. She drops booties in my mouth. I am courted now with a double occasion, gold and a means to do the prince my master good, which who knows how they may turn back to my advancement. I will bring these two moles, these blind ones, aboard him, if he think it fit to shore them again, and that the complaint they have to the king concerns him nothing. Let him call me rogue for being so far officious, for I am proof against that title, and what shame else belongs to it. To him I will present them. There may be matter in